Alright, this is Matt. Welcome back to part 2 of the staircase. Doesn't look too much different than before, but I did notch in the middle 2 stringers there and attach that 2x4 plate, sill plate, to the outside. I brought the wrong size bolts, so I'm going to have to buy a different drill bit for those, and I'll get this thing bolted down to the landing there probably tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. But I did notice I need to put the old treads on top of these stringers, because man, this sun is just drying them out and warping them like crazy, pulling away from there, cracking everywhere. So for tonight, I'm just going to throw the old treads on top of the stringers to at least keep the sun off it and keep it from drying out, maybe until I get the new risers and treads on in 2 days. So fortunately, I got a day job. I got to keep working that. So anyway, we'll continue on. This video should finish up most of everything, if not everything, for this deck stair replace. Okay, so obviously I put those treads on just to keep the sun off the top of the stringers. So that's what it looks like. The old IPA steps, a little narrower than the new ones on there. Alrighty, well, hopefully the next video will be a little more exciting than this. I'm putting risers on and treads on, bolting that bottom sill down, and then eventually adding a mid-span support. So I got the sono tube and the concrete today and all that fun stuff too. So another adventure in Stairland. Alright, so what I'm doing here is putting these 1/2-inch bolts into the bluestone. So that's what we're doing right now. Unfortunately, I drilled the wood for 5/8. That's why I'm putting this sealant construction adhesive around it to give it a little space. But I'm also drilling the holes towards the top side where the load will be coming in anyway. So we should be good. Belt and suspenders, again, probably unneeded for that sealant, but that's what we're doing here. We'll just softly dry this down. Maybe turn this up to 2. You don't want it easy. I don't want to break the stone either. It's odd. There it is. Just gonna hammer drill this out with a 1/2-inch bit on the top side, up over here, leading edge, and then we'll put that bolt in. All right, hammer drilled it. Just run this one down. Okay. Stick my sealant in there, and then we'll send it all the way home. All right, there's that bottom plate. And we'll start hanging risers and treads. It's gonna be fun. Our first riser is set. The width of the stringers are set. Now I'm gonna make up my second riser, tread, riser, tread up to the top. It's gonna be annoying. There's a couple stringers that aren't cut perfect, so I'm gonna have to do a little cutting or shaving or something like that every once in a while. So it's going to be a day, but I'm pre-drilling every single hole with 1/8 drill bit. I don't feel like having any splits in these end of the strings. I'm sure they're fine. They say the screws are self-tapping, but everything I read was you don't want to have them split. So I'm going to pre-drill 3/4 of the way into the stringer and leave the last depth where it's fresh meat so it can dig in there itself. But that's the plan. I'll take some status updates as we go, but I'm not going to videotape the entire thing because we've all seen people put screws and drill holes and that sort of thing before. Okay, 2 risers and 1 set of treads set. So I'm sinking the forward nail on the forward tread into the top of the riser. It's 1x8, so I'm just trying to center it the best I can to sink into that rather than have the nail back here further. Potential for this to cup up, even though I'm doing bark up. So just try and hit, again, the center of this right here. So that's what I'm doing. I'm pre-drilling everything, so that should keep it pulling out. So anyway, I'll come back with a video probably when I have a few more treads on, but treads and risers. It's not only a staircase. It's been a couple hours, and I was hoping to get more done by now, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 treads, 5 risers. Risers are going in first, obviously. Screwing that to the back with 2 screws, top and bottom, and the boards again, 2 in the back on the stringer, 1 on the stringer, 1 to the top of the riser. So anyway, moving along. It's the process I'm going with. Alrighty, well, we're getting there. 7 steps, I think, or 8 done. We'll go around the front, take a look next. Well, here we are. 1, 3 more risers, 4 more treads. Looking pretty good. It's hot here in the Northeast. So I'm in the middle of the steps right here. I feel there's a tiny little bounce. Way stronger than it was before. Unfortunately, you're going to see those brackets. Those are kind of be visible. I'll paint over them in the future, but I didn't think about that too much when I put them on there. Anywho, looking all right. Up down there. Believe it or not, there's a deer under this bush all morning while I was working here. Just hopped up and ran away. That's wild. Wish I had caught that in video. I heard some rumbling around here, but it was literally sleeping through all that work. Literally 5-6 feet from me. Crazy. Well, we're under a rain delay. Started pouring, the wind came in. Testing if those stairs are hurricane proof, I guess. Hopefully it'll stop in a little bit and I can finish the last 2 stairs. Alright, I am tired. It is like 3:30. I left for the lumberyard at 7:15 in the morning. Got back around 8. So 8:15 maybe. Working on it straight. I was hoping to get some railings done today, but I did not. I did, however, get all 13 and 14 steps in. Risers, treads, my voice is shot. Rigid tools performed great today. And it feels solid. Tiny little bit of bounce in the middle, which will take care of with the mid-span support. Wish I hadn't put those brackets on the inside there, but it wasn't very easy to put on the outside with those posts. So kind of visible, kind of ugly, but structurally sound. Inspector should be able to see it anyway. One thing, a couple things I learned. I cut the first stringer off the old template. Then I cut my second stringer off the first stringer that I cut, and so on and so forth. And I kept cutting the new one off the previously cut one, instead of always using that first one I cut. So it's kind of like a game of telephone, you know, where the truth gets kind of dissolved or changed the more it goes, the more people it goes through. So the more stringers I cut off the previous one, kind of walked a little bit. So I should have cut the first one and then used that as the template for all 4 instead of using the second one for the third one, the third one for the fourth one. So that's probably a lesson learned. But again, it's stout, it's solid, it's not perfect. I mean, there's no way. I'm not a professional stair hanger dude, but there's the stringer hangers, and then of course the 2x12 solid stringer on the outside, bolted through with timber locks. Yeah, it's solid. It's way more robust than it was before. So there's the underside. You can probably see some gaps here or there from not perfectly cut stringers, but it feels great walking up and down it. So probably be the end of part 2. I'll probably end up doing a part 3. Because I need to replace those 2 posts with new ones, which got miter and angle the cuts and everything, make it look the same. Attach that first, and then I'm going to replace 3 posts that are on the existing railing, which I'm going to reuse. It's pretty good shape. But I'll show you the post over here in the bottom, rotted out. So I'm going to replace that bottom post and 2 posts on the other side. In addition to that, on the third part, I'll try to get up that mid-span support as well. Went off my garage for this project. There's the concrete, all the different saws and tools. Whoa, what a mess from the shop. I've used almost every single tool. And here's the best part. So I got this deck with 10 by 3 inch deck screws used for the treads and the risers, 316 pieces. There's 1 left. Talk about being perfect. Nailed that one. So anyway, good times. One more thing. This is like all the scrap wood from all those treads and risers today. So do your math, buy the right sizes, and you'll be good to go. And then the treads obviously have left, aside from the stringers, left over that, but can't help that. I had to get 16 footers, or 14 footers. 16 footers, yeah, they didn't have 14. So anywho, not a bad scrap rate. So anyway, there it is. My first set of steps ever done. I think it turned out pretty good. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to. Hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss part number 3. Alright, thanks all. Have a great day.